Good morning, everyone. This is Anne from Odulcina. Today I want to play with that new digital kit that I created, which is called Enchanted Forest. And, well, I made a bookmark with a little pocket there with the gold pen. I love it. And fancy yarns. And then I did a little booklet just with an old piece of lace that comes from a curtain. So I have lots of it. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I was super happy to find that in the thrift store the other day. So this morning, I kind of need a mental break, and I thought this is perfect for a coffee morning break, which is not even coffee because I'm cutting down on my coffee, so it's an herbal tea. And I'm going to spoil myself and take some time to create this morning. So I want to do some scrappy pads. So first I'm going to have to tear down those bookmarks. I love tearing with my ruler, and I don't know. There's something satisfying in tearing with my ruler. So I don't want to kind of keep you busy seeing me this morning with the tearing. I'll just pause the video and I'll come back when I'm all done with that. And then I'm gonna create some scrappy pads with you and talk about my life, I guess, which I'm not used to do here on video, but I'll try to share a little bit more. I am back. I have a pile of papers of all sorts that I've already trimmed a certain length so it can match the bookmarks. I have the bookmarks. This is my favorite. That girl, look at that. Her hair, the butterfly, the colors. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the little pink and the shabby chic style. But as I posted on my Facebook group, Odulcina, I feel for a change. I kind of have that need to add more colors, more vibrant colors like that, like, I don't know, more fairy things, dreamy things. Still have a little bit of pink, right? So I decided to incorporate some boho style. Boho, like with the turquoise, the purples, the darker blues. But I want to kind of do like a boho shabby chic style. I need to work on it because I don't know how to make that. But this is what I want. I want to kind of mix those colors somehow. Why not, right? Look at that. When you have all your papers trimmed, and I've been watching a video while I was trimming all those papers that was not so long, and it's all my scraps. And now I took that lace, I made a couple of little pieces, and that's all I need, and I can just make it more shabby. I could have Maybe, yeah, I should go get my fancy yarns. They would be perfect for that too. So, this one. Do you have the same problem than me? When it's too cute, it feels like I don't want to waste it. And this is ridiculous because it's a printable. But it feels like, because it's my favorite, I put pressure on myself. And this one needs to be very cute. Very cute. Are you like that? I guess I'm not the only one. I guess I'm not. So I realized with time that I love having big scrappy pads, but the one that I use the most are a smaller one. So I don't want them to be too large, and that's why I'm going with that size. I don't know if I want to see the staple. Oh, it doesn't show too much. Look at that. This is very simple, and it's just a few pieces of scraps. Yeah. All right, let's keep going on. I love the aqua. I just love it. Let's see a sheet. And I can make them a little bit shorter, right? So this one, I can trim a little bit here. A little bit small. So I can make it a little bit shorter, and maybe I can do the same at the bottom. So see, with those bookmarks, you can create little tags and use them to decorate the front of your scrappy pads, and you can change a little bit the size by just trimming the bookmark. Oh, maybe I should just do that here. This curtain is so old that it just tears very easily. Like, look at that. And now I can adjust the size, the length. There you go, a little bit of ink here. Okay, I'll go get my fancy yarns. Even the scraps here, look at the colors, they're perfect. And I could even like have a gold pen. I'm thinking out loud this morning, but let's say I go with Joy. Oh, wow. I love that. I'm going to use it somewhere else, but like that kind of pen writes really well on those darker colors. And I have that blue here that has some gold. And like I told you in other videos, I kind of have like a little love for gold this year. And I think I'm not alone. So maybe that trend just worked on me. I'm going to put another staple, or I could just glue it. I'll go with staples because I'm lazy. A coffee break needs to be simple. So what I did is I grabbed just few items, but a lot of them similar. And this allow me to go like what I call no-brainer, because I just have to deal with whatever's there on my table. I love the pulp here. You know that tip? If you want the pulp showing and you're right-handed, you need to tear the paper from that side. You see? The other one doesn't have the pulp, so I want the pulp here. I love here, you see that little tail, fake tail, because it's not the tail of the dragonfly, but I just love it. All right, let's keep going on with creating booklets. I just go with 3 or 4 papers, rarely more than that, because I want to be able to put them in a pocket in a junk journal. And if there are too much papers, like they're just too big. So I'm gonna trim a little bit here. And now I'm gonna damage it a little bit. So spring is back, finally, here where I live. So the garden is, I need to clean the garden, prepare it for the summer. And I don't see when I'm gonna have time for that. I have tons of projects with Ödulcina, and bringing another style like the boho style, it definitively takes more time for me. And I don't know, those days, it feels like I have so much things to do that I end up doing nothing. It's like, yeah, it does that when we create too, right? We saw so many ideas, but when we want to start, we are stuck in a loop. It feels like that right now. All right, I guess I could trim it a little bit. Another one. I love those red mushrooms. And you know what's coming. I guess I'm gonna create a boho style junk journal, and I already started. Let me show you what I did. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you see more. So I have somewhere on my table, let me find it. I have an Amazon envelope that I trimmed. I folded, cut, and made it to the size that I want. And it's gonna be something like this. So right now I am sewing with little French knots, embroidery French knots, this curtain that I'm in love with. And I found an old embroidery that I did 4 years ago when I discovered and learned the embroidery, but it was kind of purple and it could match. And I've added some beading, and this is the bookmarks, but I sprayed on it some Mod Podge to protect it a little bit from water damage. I mean, this will never be in a washing machine, right? But I realize that sometimes we talk and we kind of You can spit, is it the word? Anyway, some saliva can go on it, and then that would damage it, and that would be terrible because it's all fabric and everything. So I've put some Mod Podge, the spray Mod Podge, 2 coats. And yeah, so this is coming. And of course you can see that the bookmark size is this one, and I trimmed it to kind of fit. And I've used the doily. I trimmed the doily because the colors were perfect. And I've used some sari remnants. And these are going to my shop. I bought a bunch of sari remnants. And in order to have a good price, well, I bought a bunch. So because I bought a bunch, now I'm gonna make some available in my shop. And what I did is I divided by vivid colors and less vivid colors. So if you are someone that wants to work with vivid colors, at least you know that you're buying vivid colors. And if you just want the purples, the turquoise and the blue and more hearty tones, but they're not hearty, but they are more like hurt tones. I don't know how to say what they are, but they all kind of match together. That's the important thing. So I divided them, and I've created some bundles, bigger bundles and smaller bundles for all the budgets, and they will be available on Odulcina.com, my website. Just because, I mean, the markup is not big enough to put it on Etsy, so it's either I don't sell them and I keep them all for myself, or I sell them on my website Odulcina. And by the way, I'm gonna enable the free shipping on my website for a certain amount of orders. So it's gonna be like $100 Canadian, so that means $70 American, $70 US about, or 70 euros. You get the free shipping. And for international, the free shipping will be for $150 Canadian. So that means, I don't know, it's 70% in euros. So make the calculation, I guess. So you always have a flat shipping rate of $10 Canadian. So that means $7 US about for Canada and US. And whatever you pick. So it always make me feels, I don't understand it when someone just pay more shipping than the actual, like they would buy just one sari silk and they would pay the same amount of shipping for one sari silk on Etsy, but they could take 2-3 sari silk for the same shipping price. So just so you know, there's a flat rate shipping on my website, the Odulcina one, and it's just $10, so about $7 in US, because all my prices are Canadian. And the good calculation to change the price, to convert the price, is, I need more, is about between Canadian dollars and US dollars. It's about $1 Canadian is about 70 cents US, and euros is matching pretty much the US, so you can do the maths. Just doing some gold. I'm not that good with that pen, but everything looks good. That's the thing, you can't go wrong. Look at that. These are so cute with gold. And I should do a little fancy bow. Just to hide that, let me just do like, I'm taking my fancy yarns and I'll just do, well, maybe not with that green. I'll keep it for later. And I'll do the same. I love to just sometimes do a little knot. And, you know, I would just put it like that. So I'll keep that one for a later one because I don't want the green. Okay, let's redo it. And I'm trimming. That's a bit too big. And look at that. Oh, this is so cute. Let me show you. This is so cute. Oh, by the way, on my website, I listed those wood pegs. You can buy them individual. They're still available as a bundle, but you can also buy just your favorite one or just one. So they are cheaper in a bundle, of course. But like the sari silk, I made them available just by 5 meters. But I didn't list them on Etsy because the shipping for those on Etsy might be terrible. I need to calculate and see if I can make them available on Etsy. But at this point, I'm wondering why someone would not just shop on my website. I don't know. Tell me. And tell me if you try to shop and you have any problems with the payments or the cart or something. Because if nobody tells me, there's no way I'm going to know that there is a problem. Which can happen. I mean, it's technology. And I'm just a beginner with my website. I've worked so hard to make that website working. And I had, the first month, I had so many issues. I think this is what drained me. Because right now, I feel drained. Literally, I feel drained. And that's why I needed a coffee break this morning. Thanks for staying with me and listening to me. When I need a mental break, I do something that is a no-brainer. So, scrappy pads are high in the row. But the other thing that I love to do is just create a junk journal cover as well. That's why I began the other one that I showed you, yeah. But I want to do some with, I don't know, I've been working with that boho style since a couple of weeks now. You know, doing the designs and cleaning up the images and modifying, and I've started a couple of kits as well. So now, even if for you I just showed you the boho style, I'm eager to go back to my shabby chic creations too. So you might see a little bit more of creative coffee breaks and a mix of boho and shabby chic. Anyway, I think I've done enough for today. So I'll wish you a great day. Take care. God bless you. Bye-bye.